Where does Pro Football Focus rank the Broncos out of all 32 teams for this upcoming season? Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for June 3rd. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V.
Pro Football Focus released its ranking of all 32 NFL rosters with a look at the strength, the weaknesses, the X factors, and the rookies to watch for. And in it, each team's players' grades from last year or from college were shared, and it pushed the Broncos to the very bottom of the barrel, number 32. The New York Giants, Carolina Panthers, New England Patriots, and Arizona Cardinals rounding out the worst five. And they go on to say about the Broncos, while Bo Nix seems to be set up nicely for success, Denver's style of offense will struggle to keep up if the defense digs them into a hole. This offense isn't built to play from behind unless several members across the defense step up in big ways. The team will struggle to make much noise in what is expected to once again be a strong AFC. Up top for the best rosters were the San Francisco 49ers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, New York Jets, and Baltimore Ravens. Now, of course, the Broncos released safety Justin Simmons a while back now that saved them roughly $14.5 million against the cap, and the media hasn't heard from Justin Simmons in quite some time, and he spoke to Mike Kliss from 9 News for the very first time. Take a listen.
You don't want to talk about your football position now, but just I don't think we've talked to you since you were let go. Just how has it been for you?
Yeah.
Leaving the Broncos, number one.
Yeah.
Some of your emotions.
Yeah. Man, God is so good. I'm so thankful for this time and His faithfulness in terms of slowing me down and not taking things for granted. And so this offseason has been such a blessing. I've had a tremendous opportunity to, in my eyes, in my opinion, like regain some lost moments, in the offseason of hanging out with family. And I've gotten to go to my daughter's like dance recitals, and I've gotten to see them grow, and I got to be home a lot more, all while training and, staying ready so I don't have to get ready. And so, when one door closes, another one will open, and that'll open at some point, here in the future. But just trying to stay faithful and being patient, trusting in the Lord's plan for my family and I's next step, whatever that may be.
We, of course, wish Justin Simmons well, no matter where he's going to end up next. Now, speaking of another Justin Jefferson, the Minnesota's Vikings star wide receiver has signed a 4-year contract extension worth $140 million, with 110 of that guaranteed. This deal includes an average salary of $35 million, makes Jefferson the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, surpassing Nick Bosa. Of course, you probably got the notification this morning from ESPN saying major contract extension, and that serves to be true. This secures Jefferson services through the Vikings through the 2028 season, and the agreement was finalized just before the mandatory portion of the calendar year began, after more than a year of negotiations between the two. This record-breaking contract has set a new benchmark for wide receiver contracts in the NFL. So congratulations to Justin Jefferson on that one. The Washington Commanders are releasing kicker Brandon McManus. The team made the announcement on Sunday, days after the filing of a lawsuit in which 2 women accused him of sexually assaulting them in 2023 on a flight with the Jaguars. The women, who are flight attendants, claimed that during meal service on the flight, McManus grinded against them and tried to kiss one of them. McManus, who signed a contract with the Commanders this offseason, denied the allegations, and the Commanders' announcement did not say why McManus was released. Also in the NFL, they are expected to make a ruling this week on tampering allegations against the Falcons and the Eagles. Both teams are under investigation for allegedly making illegal contact with free agents before signing them. The Falcons with Kirk Cousins and the Eagles with Saquon Barkley, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. We all remember Kirk Cousins essentially talking about how he had spoke to some people in his welcome press conference, and then of course that sparked a lot of rumors saying, wait, you talked to these people at what time, and all of these sorts of questions. Saquon Barkley also opening his mouth, essentially talking about how he had spoke to a few people, and everyone was like, well, wait, when did you do this? So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with both of those scenarios right there. Now, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Falcons are expected to receive a more severe penalty, again, for everything that happened there. They've handed down stiff penalties for free agent tampering in the past. Most recently, the Dolphins had to forfeit their 2023 first-round pick and pay $2 million in fines for holding illegal meetings with Tom Brady and Sean Payton. So right there, interesting. Another interesting story along the NFL is New York Giants tight end Darren Waller is expected to make a decision on his return by next week's minicamp. With strong indications that he will in fact retire. This move would free up significant cap space for the Giants, amounting to $11.625 million in 2024, with some dead cap implications in the following years. Waller, who has been focusing on his music career, has been with the Giants since a trade from the Raiders in 2023. So hanging up the cleats and the helmet for possibly a microphone. Interesting to see what ends up happening there. Moving on over to the NHL now. The Florida Panthers are getting a second chance to win their first Stanley Cup. They earned a spot in the finals after finishing off the Rangers with a 2-1 win over the Rangers on Saturday. It's a second straight trip to the finals for the Panthers, who lost to the Golden Knights in 5 games last year. They are going to be facing the Oilers in the finals. And then, yes, Connor McDavid had a goal and an assist in the opening period, and Stuart Skinner, stopped 34 shots for his team, and the Oilers beat the Dallas Stars 2-1 last night. So Zach Hyman also scored, and Evan Boeckert had 2 assists for the Oilers, who won the Western Conference Final in 6 games, and that will start the, again, series against the Florida Panthers. They will be heading to Florida for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final on Saturday night. Here's the thing, too. 2,540 miles between Edmonton and the Sunrise, Florida. It's the longest distance between Stanley Cup final opponents in NHL history. So that's fascinating too, and really cool. I'm really actually excited for Florida for an opportunity again, and to see Connor McDavid still out there is always cool if you're a hockey fan. The NCAA has agreed to an unlimited transfer policy in Division I college athletics. This move comes following a lawsuit by the U.S. Justice Department. The unlimited transfer policy will allow athletes to transfer as many times as they would like without being required to sit out a season. So that was always the thing. If you were going to transfer one school to another, you had to sit out for a little bit. That is no longer a rule, I guess. It's kind of crazy to actually think about. If you go from where we were just a few years ago with no NIL, no transfer policies, anything, and now here we are. And again, you don't have to sit out. You can go wherever you really want. You can commit and then be like, just kidding, I don't want to do that anymore. And then all these players now are making crazy money with NIL as well. So it's going to be actually really interesting. Assistant Attorney General Jonathan Cantor said in a statement, free from anti-competitive rules that unfairly limit their mobility, Division I college athletes will now be able to choose the institutions that best meet their academic, personal, and professional development needs. This resolution is a testament to the benefits of federal and state enforcers working together to ensure free markets and fair competitions for all Americans. I think it's very, very interesting that they put academic, personal, and professional development needs in that statement right there. So, guys, it's a Monday. How's everyone doing in the comments? Let's see. To be honest, I think Simmons will land on a team sooner rather than later. I do too. I think it's going to come by training camp, though, that he'll probably figure it out. Or if it takes even just a little bit into the season, teams will figure out exactly where their positional needs are, go out, sign Justin Simmons. They're probably not going to have to pay too much for him now at this point, but ultimately they're going to be getting a great player and great leader over there regardless. So we wish him the best of luck. Let's go Broncos country. I know. OTAs again this week. We have those on Thursday. Mini camp's going to be here before we know it. So plenty of good stuff. But you guys, it's a Monday. That's going to do it for the show. I appreciate you for hanging out with me for just a little bit. It is Monday, though, like I said, and it's a Merrillat Monday. Come hang out with James Merrillat and myself on Coffee Break, 12 p.m. And we'll see you guys there. Bye, everybody.